Alrighty, gang. It's another Monday Crash of the Titans. This time with Bishop facing off against Cable, two time travelers. So let's look at Cable's powers, look at Bishop's powers, and then formulate a game plan to take out one of the more powerful mutants in the Marvel Universe. Cable is a blue, green, and yellow user. His blue ability costs 9, and what it will do, you can place a blue countdown tile on the board. Again, like I said, you can choose where you want to place it at. And while the countdown tile is on the board, if you happen to match green, you will stun the opponent for some number of turns. I think it's 2 turns at level 5 because that's the way that I have it. And then you will create random green charge tiles on the board because of the matches that you create. So that will fuel his green ability. And the other thing about the countdown tile too is a 3-turn countdown tile at level 5. So, and I forget whether or not if it's fortified or not, because again I have a support on Cable that does things with that there. Alright, his green ability is called Plasma Barrage, or as I like to call it, the Viper Beam, because Marvel vs. Capcom. It costs 12. It'll deal a lot of damage to the opponent. But here's the kicker though. If you use it when an opponent is at low health, it will down them and then it will deal additional damage to any remaining allies in the fight. So normally you would think with a 12 AP move, it's gonna do team damage or it's gonna have some cool property, but no. This is one of those abilities where you want to fire off when someone's at low health and then do the maximum more damage to both the opponents that are still available, or if it's 2, then deal massive damage to the one person that's left. And then finally, Veteran Instincts is Cable's passive ability. Well, it's a yellow ability that's both active and passive. Actively, it costs 7, I believe. Let me double check with my Cable and see. I don't have to go that far, I don't think. I might have just passed them by. Yeah, I did pass them by. Yeah, so it costs 9. Creates strike tiles on the board, and then additional strike tiles for each of Cable's allies still in the fight. And then if you make a yellow match, then you fortify a repeater or a countdown tile. So higher levels, more strike tiles, but still, you fortify the countdown tile, which that'll fortify the blue cyborg strategist countdown tile. Alright, so correctional cyborg strategist, instead of it being a 3-turn countdown tile, it's a 5-turn countdown tile, and then you get stunned still for 2 turns, and then you create charge tiles on the board. But that's that there. As far as his affiliations go, since we got my Cable here, Heroes, X-Men, Mutants, Team Cap, Multiversal, and Enhanced. Should be Technologist, but we're not gonna get into all of that there because techno-organic virus and whatnot. Alright, Bishop. We're probably gonna end up using my 310 Bishop because using 370, yeah, that's not gonna be fun. Well, it'll be fun for me, but not fun for you guys watching. So red, blue, and yellow user, obviously because of his his Xavier, oh my goodness, the security, yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah, we're going to do the affiliations real quick now while I can think about them. Heroes, mutants, time displaced, Iron Man, all that good stuff there. Alright, overclocked is his red ability. I'm not going to talk about what Bishop was back in the day. We'll talk about that there after the fight's over with. But what overclock does, it costs 6. It creates a black countdown tile. 3 turns, fortified. And while this tile's on the board, well, since Bishop doesn't have any allies in the fight for him to jump in front, he's gonna obviously be in front. So anytime uh, damage is taken by Bishop, uh, he absorbs that damage, so to speak. And then whenever the countdown tile expires, then he'll retaliate, dealing 225% of the damage that was dealt to him to the target. So yeah, pretty nasty to say the least. His blue ability, General Reserves, is active and passive. So actively, what it will do, well, we'll talk about the active portion once you get six blue AP or 8 blue AP. But at the start of the turn, Bishop's out in front, which he will be. Then you gain 1 blue AP, and then you create a protect tile. Once you get the 8 blue AP from being out in front, then it becomes energy conversion. And what energy conversion will do, it'll stun the target for 2 turns and then deal damage to the target. And then once Bishop has less than 8 blue AP, then General Reserves is active. So General Reserves can only once you reach that 8 AP free, he won't activate his passive portion anymore. And for the future is his active passive blue ability. So what it does, it'll convert one enemy special tile into a friendly protect tile. Alright, higher levels, stronger friendly protect tile. Then, if there's at least 6 or more friendly protect tiles on the board, then at the start of the turn you convert 2 of those friendly protect tiles into basic blue tiles, and then at higher levels, 1 more basic blue tile. Alright, so that's Bishop pretty much in a nutshell. So let's think about the strategy on how we want to tackle Cable. Obviously what you want to do is you want to boost red yellow, red yellow, and then blue purple. And the reason why those tiles there is, again, you want to get your overclock, General Reserves, get all that there active, so that you can stun Cable, or possibly hit him back in the face with the retaliatory damage with overclock, because overclock is going to be kind of fun for us, not for Cable. Also too, the main thing we want to do is we want to deny blue, because we don't want Cable to stun us, or get those green charge tiles on the board to where he breaks out his green ability, which will suck for us. Yellow, I mean you can let him get yellow with the strike tiles, but at least with our yellow, we'll have a way to convert those enemy special tiles to for us. But anyway, enough talking from me. Let's get into the fight now. Alright, it was more time explaining the fight than actually getting into the fight. Yeah, that there happens with some of these crashes here on Mondays. Thanks a lot for playing as always. Got some boost. Alright, so Bishop, how he was back in the day. It was stupidly annoying for those of us who are 5-star players. His overclock was actually a passive ability that anytime he jumped out in front, or anytime we would make any sort of match damage, Bishop would jump out in front, then retaliate with, massive amounts of damage, getting back to us. Now, to counteract the Bishop, you pretty much had to have your own Bishop. So, yeah, that's why I have a 370 Bishop, because back in the day in PvP, yeah, it was stupidly annoying. Him plus Better Bill and Kitty Pride, yeah, that was not fun. Then his blue, anytime that the damage was dealt to Bishop, he would gain blue AP. So you can imagine making one match against Bishop, you're getting overclocked, and then he has enough AP to effectively stun like your whole entire team. So yeah, fun times indeed. I'm glad Bishop got reworked. I kind of wish they would have kept Worthy Cap kind of the same, but make his shenanigans deal with repeater tiles, because his problem was the countdown tiles. Well, one of his problems was the countdown tiles that 5-star Hawkeye kind of like, because he would gain blue and red AP from each of those countdown tiles that Worthy Cap had. But that's neither here nor there. Next crash is going to be a double crash with Cloak and Dagger, so that's going to be fun. So we'll have my 370 and then my whatever lower leveled Cloak and Dagger that I got. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the crash. We'll come back in a few minutes to hit up Welcome to Shield. So until then, I'll turn up these character animations and handle my business off screen.